Jay-Z might be known for his unshakable calm, but right now, he's absolutely fuming. And not just because of some business deal gone wrong. This time, it's personal. Deep, legacy-threatening, and possibly criminal levels of personal. The man who built a billion-dollar empire is facing legal heat that refuses to die down. At the center of this legal firestorm is a woman named Lily Kohley, and she's not letting go of a fight that's been brewing for over 30 years. See, while most people are talking about Diddy's chaos, there's something wild still happening behind the scenes involving Jay-Z and a young man named Ramir. The whole thing? It's about paternity. And it's not some random TikTok theory. It's locked in courtroom filings, dragging Jay-Z's name through allegations that date all the way back to 1992. That's when a 23-year-old Sean Corey Carter allegedly fathered a child with a minor. That child, Ramir. And according to Lily Kohley, who's fiercely fighting on Ramir's behalf, Jay-Z has spent 3 decades using every trick in the book to avoid taking one simple paternity test. Let that sink in. 30 years, millions of dollars, courts in multiple states, all to avoid a $200 0-cents cheek swab. He does that if they're innocent. That's exactly what Lily's asking. Her court filings are fiery, accusing Jay-Z of staging a grand cover-up that involves fraudulent court tactics, manipulation, and even witness intimidation. She's not mincing her words. She says this isn't just a legal defense, it's a full-blown criminal conspiracy to bury a truth that could destroy his image forever. Jay-Z's legal team, though, is snapping back hard. They filed motions to dismiss, calling Lily's case frivolous and vexatious. They say she's dodging court injunctions, filing nonsense across multiple states, and refusing to follow proper legal procedures. And in their eyes, Ramir himself already let this go. So why is Lily still fighting like this? Well, according to her filings, because this isn't just about paternity, it's about power. She's accusing Jay-Z of using his celebrity, wealth, and influence to manipulate the justice system and shut the case down before the truth can ever come out. If there's even a shred of evidence proving what she's saying, especially anything related to bribing judges, this isn't just a scandal. It could put Jay-Z in real legal jeopardy. We're talking prison-level consequences, and Jay-Z knows it. That's why he's furious. That's why, according to reports, he's been livid over the last 24 hours as new filings dropped. Lily just filed an official opposition to his motion to dismiss. In it, she flat out accuses him of running from justice, of hiding behind red tape, of spending decades and millions not to protect a child, but to protect his brand. But here's where it gets even more tense. While Jay-Z is battling Lily in court, he's also watching his business rival Nas score a major win. Nas just got his casino development approved in New York. The same kind of deal Jay-Z tried to pull off and failed. Now Nas is celebrating a $5 million 0-cents project in Queens, and Jay-Z's left watching it unfold while he's stuck defending himself in court. That contrast, it's got a sting, and it's definitely adding fuel to his frustration. So while most headlines are focused on music releases or fashion collabs, this case, this slow-burning, decades-long legal war, is threatening to become the story that outlasts them all. Because if Lily's right, this isn't just a case of missed child support. This could unravel everything Jay-Z has built. And she's not backing down. Lily Kohley isn't just some random voice trying to chase headlines. She's coming in with detailed court language, legal references, and receipts that read like she's been preparing this case for years. And in her latest filings, she's painting Jay-Z not as a misunderstood icon, but as a master manipulator who's used procedural loopholes to dodge accountability at every turn. Her central argument is brutal. No man avoids a paternity test for over 30 years unless he's hiding something explosive. One of her most pointed statements claims that Jay-Z's refusal to take a DNA test isn't a matter of legal strategy, it's a sign of guilt. She calls it consciousness of guilt. And it hits hard, because think about it. Why would a billionaire fight so aggressively to avoid something so simple unless he already knows what the result will say? Lily says it all comes down to protecting an empire built on a lie. And now, that empire is starting to show cracks. Jay-Z's team is trying to plug those cracks fast. They're pushing back with every legal technicality available. Their latest tactic? Arguing that Lily didn't serve her papers properly. They're saying the documents were sent to an unidentified location in Malibu, which violates the service rules under federal procedure. And when Lily responded with just one sentence, service challenges fail. Actual notice was achieved. They pound. Jay-Z's lawyers called it lazy, legally insufficient, and a clear sign that she doesn't respect courtroom process. But here's what's wild. Despite all the technical distractions, the heart of the case remains untouched. Did Jay-Z father Ramir? If so, what happens next? Because the allegations go far beyond deadbeat dad territory. Lily is accusing him of sexually engaging with a minor back in 1992, something that, if proven, carries serious criminal weight. And the idea that Jay-Z could have used his wealth to bribe judges, that could send shockwaves through the legal system. Meanwhile, Ramir himself has largely stepped back. He struggled to afford legal representation, and there were even moments when he considered representing himself in court. But Lily, she hasn't let go. She's carrying this case on her shoulders now, filing aggressively, calling out corruption, and painting a picture of a young man whose voice has been silenced for too long. What's eerie is how quiet Jay-Z has been outside the courtroom. No public statement, no interview, no acknowledgement. It's like he's betting the legal noise will drown out the public interest. But that silence, it's starting to sound like fear, especially when you factor in the growing noise online. People are waking up to this case, and they're asking the same questions. Why not just take the test? Lily's wording gets even sharper when she accuses Jay-Z of orchestrating a 3-decade campaign of fraud. She says he's manipulated the justice system to keep this buried, counting on the average person not having the money or reach to fight back. And she might be right. Ramir's side doesn't have a legal army or millions in funding. They're running on persistence and principle. But somehow, they're still here, still filing, still making noise. This latest round of litigation shows that Jay-Z is clearly not untouchable. And every time a new document drops, it chips away at the myth of the invincible mogul. What was once just a whisper campaign online is now a full-blown legal situation in front of real judges. And if even a piece of Lily's claims can be proven, Jay-Z's legacy could be rewritten in the most devastating way. The deeper this case digs, the messier it gets. What started as a simple demand for paternity clarity has spiraled into something that feels much bigger than just Jay-Z and Ramir. Lily Kohley's filings are now hinting at something darker, something She's suggesting that this isn't just about a man avoiding a DNA test, but about a multi-decade pattern of influence, cover-ups, and a celebrity wielding power in spaces most people never even see. She claims this entire saga exposes how fame can twist justice, that the legal system bends when there's enough money behind it. Judges get pressured, procedures get dragged out, evidence disappears, and over time, the public stops asking questions, not because they don't care, but because they've been trained to believe the case is too complicated, too old, or just another he said, she said celebrity drama. But Lily's language is sharp and direct. She's accusing Jay-Z of being the architect of a campaign so calculated, so ruthless, that it could only have been executed by someone who knows how to protect a billion-dollar image. She's laying it all out. The missed court dates, the sudden changes in legal jurisdiction, the aggressive attempts to dismiss every motion without ever once agreeing to a simple, definitive test. Jay-Z's side, of course, calls all of this noise. They say she's wasting court time, rehashing claims that have already been dismissed in other states, and trying to revive something that has no legal standing. They argue that Ramir's earlier efforts didn't hold up in court and that Lily is acting on pure emotion, not fact. But for someone acting on emotion, she's shockingly methodical. Her filings cite statute after statute. Her arguments are backed with timelines, names, dates. She's not just angry, she's armed. And here's where it gets even more explosive. Lily's filings don't stop at paternity. They claim that if Jay-Z is indeed the biological father, then everything about his refusal could amount to obstruction. And if there's even a hint of judicial tampering, that's federal territory. She's essentially planting the seed that this could become a criminal matter, not just a civil one. The idea that one of hip-hop's most powerful figures could end up facing charges that go far beyond family court, that's the kind of thing that doesn't just damage a reputation, it detonates it. And then there's the money. Ramir doesn't have it. Billy doesn't have it. But Jay-Z has poured millions into keeping this case buried. That fact alone is being used against him. In court documents, Lily argues that no innocent man would spend 30 years and countless dollars to avoid something as basic as a paternity test. She's not just accusing him of hiding the truth, she's accusing him of weaponizing wealth to crush anyone who gets close to it. Even outside the court, the timing couldn't be worse for Jay-Z. The news of Noth's casino approval, just as Jay-Z's own bid was denied, adds salt to the wound. It's not just a personal L. It's a reminder that his power isn't limitless, that other figures in the culture are rising while he's stuck in legal quicksand, trying to keep his name from being dragged further. This isn't just a case anymore, it's a spotlight on the cost of silence, on what it takes to maintain an empire when your past refuses to stay buried. And whether Lily Kohley wins or loses in court, she's already succeeded in one thing, forcing a conversation that Jay-Z has spent decades trying to silence. The question now isn't whether Ramir is his son, the question is, what happens if the answer finally comes out?